There are 4 states of consciousness in ancient yoga philosophy, starting from the gross level to the far state of the ultimate or subtlest level of awareness. But here's the real question. How deep does your awareness go? Imagine each state as a doorway, pulling you from the obvious world of sights and sounds into realms where thoughts, identities, and even time dissolve. These pillars aren't just experiences. They're thresholds guiding you toward the essence of self, where true awareness lives beyond the mind's limits. We will watch the Indian philosophy with the practical light of stoicism. So let's dive right in. You know what to do if you find them valuable. Chapter 1. The first layer. Have you ever paused in your waking life to ask, what does it truly mean to be conscious? In the philosophy of yoga, this first layer of consciousness, known as Jagrat, or the waking state, is the experience we all know. It's the state where we're actively engaged, where our senses are sharp and alive, absorbing the world around us. But this isn't mere being awake. It's the foundational layer of our conscious experience, where the external world meets our internal awareness. Everything we see, hear, taste, or feel in this state is a filtered reflection, shaped by our senses and thoughts. In many ways, our waking state is the most vivid layer of consciousness, yet it's the most restricted. We're often bound by our immediate perceptions and reactions. Imagine the stoic principle of seeing life as a river of events, where each passing moment demands acceptance and resilience. This is how we experience our waking consciousness, fluid and moving, yet bound by external happenings. Yet, there's a catch. Our senses, while alive, can often cloud us, narrowing our experience to just what we see and hear. The Buddhist perspective refers to this as Maya, the illusion of the physical world that convinces us our waking experience is the totality of reality. But is it? In truth, our waking consciousness is only the outermost layer, a single, tangible slice of a much broader spectrum of awareness. This everyday engagement with the world is necessary. It grounds us. Yet, the practice of yoga suggests that waking awareness is only the starting point, a way to begin noticing the limitations of sensory-driven perception. Through mindfulness, the waking state can reveal its own boundaries and guide us inward. By exploring this layer deeply, we're preparing ourselves to peel away the mental filters and assumptions we often take as reality, setting the stage for the subtler, unseen realms of consciousness. The waking state may appear as reality, but it's only the door to the more profound truths within. Chapter 2. The Dream. What is a dream, really? In the yoga philosophy, the swapna, or dreaming state, is seen as more than random images. It's the mind's playground, a realm where logic fades and our deeper psyche surfaces. Unlike the waking state, our senses go quiet in dreams, while the mind takes the reins, crafting scenarios, feelings, and sensations from memories and impressions. In this dream state, our unconscious mind becomes the creator. This aligns closely with modern psychology, which suggests that dreams are a reflection of unprocessed emotions, thoughts, and desires. Some studies, for example, the work of Sigmund Freud in The Interpretation of Dreams, 1899, even propose that dreams reveal our suppressed thoughts, hidden from the rational, waking mind. Interestingly, in a dream, these inner thoughts are allowed free expression, unfettered by social or moral constraints. Think of the Buddhist idea of attachment, our need to control or escape from certain emotions. In dreams, we see our attachments and aversions laid bare, and by paying attention, we can learn about these hidden biases within ourselves. In many ways, dreams become a mirror, reflecting parts of ourselves we may rarely face during waking hours. Philosophically, dreams remind us of the transitory nature of all experiences. Just as a dream vanishes when we wake, our waking reality might be a temporary construction. It challenges us to question what's real and what's merely a reflection of the mind. In this state, we glimpse the limits of perception, preparing ourselves to see beyond the dream's fleeting nature toward an awareness not bound by forms and shapes. Chapter 3. The Quiet Beyond Thoughts. Have you ever wondered what happens in that serene darkness of deep sleep? This realm, known as Sushupti or deep sleep state, is a quiet sanctuary beyond dreams and thoughts. It's a space where our senses and mind rest completely. Here, unlike in waking or dreaming, there's no story, no images, just a profound silence that hints at a deeper consciousness. From a psychological angle, deep sleep is essential for physical and mental restoration. The brain undergoes critical processes here, repairing cells, consolidating memory, and clearing out neural clutter that accumulates throughout the day. Unlike the dreaming state, which involves active mental images, deep sleep is a formless, restful state. In this sense, it resonates with the Buddhist idea of emptiness, suggesting that true peace arises when the mind is at rest, without attachments or mental noise. This deep state is also one of profound surrender. We unknowingly let go of all roles, desires, and anxieties. Our identities dissolve for a while. Yet, even in this deep unconsciousness, there remains a subtle awareness. It's as if we retain a faint trace of consciousness, a quiet witness, existing beyond our active mind. Some yogic texts claim that in this state, we experience a taste of pure consciousness, be it unknowingly. In a way, the deep sleep state is a reminder of our deeper nature, one that exists beyond our daily identifications and attachments. Stoic philosophy touches on this idea of is tranquillitas animit, or tranquility of mind, which can only arise when we stop clinging to thoughts and events. Deep sleep, therefore, isn't just a biological need, but a powerful illustration of letting go, hinting at the layers of consciousness that lie beyond our thinking mind. It serves as a gateway, quietly guiding us to the subtler essence within us all. Chapter 4. The Awareness Beyond Mind. Have you ever felt the quiet curiosity of wondering, who am I beyond thoughts, emotions, and senses? In yoga philosophy, the fourth and final level of consciousness, known as turiya, or pure consciousness, lies beyond waking, dreaming, and deep sleep. Unlike the other states, turiya is not about experiencing the world, but about experiencing pure awareness itself, a state unbound by time, identity, or perception. In turiya, consciousness is neither active nor inactive. It's simply present. Yogic texts describe this as the state where one perceives the true self, or Atman, a universal awareness within. Stoicism, though often more rational than mystical, echoes this notion through the idea of inner logos, an unchanging core of reason that remains stable regardless of external chaos. Turiya goes one step deeper, suggesting an experience of self that transcends even reason, diving into the essence that underlies existence itself. From a psychological perspective, this state aligns with the concept of flow, where self-awareness diminishes and individuals are fully immersed in the present. Yet, turiya surpasses flow. There is no goal or object of focus. Instead, it's a state of unadulterated presence, untainted by desire, memory, or ego, a pure awareness beyond the mind. This highest level of consciousness implies that peace, wisdom, and fulfillment come not from grasping at experiences, but from transcending them. It encourages a loosening of attachments, a surrender of ego, and a return to the essential awareness that remains steady through all states of mind. Like the Stoic notion of equanimity or the Buddhist concept of nirvana, turiya teaches us that true liberation is awareness that exists beyond all change and illusion. It's a reminder that while we engage with life, Our deepest essence is always a quiet, infinite presence. Chapter 5. Awakening to Self. What does it mean to awaken, truly? The ancient path of yoga, as well as philosophies like Stoicism and Buddhism, suggest that awakening isn't a destination, but a journey inward through layers of consciousness. This journey, from the active waking state to the silent stillness of pure consciousness, teaches us about the shifting nature of reality, the mind, and the self. In the waking state, we're immersed in external stimuli and shaped by daily interactions. Yet, like the Stoics remind us, life is full of things beyond our control, which often keeps us in a constant state of reaction rather than awareness. Moving into the dream state, we begin to see that the mind itself creates worlds, carrying biases and hidden desires that shape our waking reality as much as our dreams. Deep sleep, meanwhile, shows us that even in the absence of thought and ego, a subtle consciousness remains quiet, unassuming, yet profoundly alive. Reaching Turiya, or pure consciousness, is about realizing that we are not our thoughts, not our dreams, and not even our sleeping self. Beyond labels, identities, and emotions, there exists a stable awareness that watches without attachment. This concept aligns well with the Stoic sage, an ideal of inner tranquility and unshakable wisdom. This journey through the states of consciousness reveals a paradox. To know our true self, we must unlearn what we think we know about reality and identity. Pure consciousness is a space without expectations, beyond the limitations of time, thought, and self-definition. It's where one recognizes that individual consciousness is a part of the greater universe, a quiet, infinite awareness that connects all things. When we live with this awareness, even our waking life is transformed, filled with a sense of connection, purpose, and peace beyond the ordinary self. The journey to pure consciousness doesn't take us away from life. It brings us deeper into it. We begin to live with wisdom, compassion, and a freedom born from knowing the vast, boundless awareness within. Now, I am grateful to you for being here with me. I am glad to share it with you. Now, if I suggest you should watch my video on anatta, or click the other one that YouTube thinks best for you. Peace.